What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're out here at the shooting range. It's a nice, beautiful day. It's a little bit chilly for May in Alabama, but hey, we'll take all the cool weather we can get because in a couple weeks it's going to be like blazing hot. But anyway, the reason I'm out here today is to talk to you guys about walking and shooting. So like I said, I'm out here today to talk to you guys about walking and shooting, or shooting while walking. I know a lot of you have seen or heard, the technique for walking and shooting, or walking while you're shooting, is to do like the little duck walk and like heel toe and like this stuff and like super sneaky SEAL SWAT team move. But really, I mean, I guess it can work, and a lot of competition guys, it looks like that's what they're doing. Like when they slow down and they're creeping, that can work. But I think the easier, more efficient thing to do is just to walk. Like I've been walking for 30 years. Why mess up something that I'm good at, that I've been doing for 30 years, trying to do something different? Why not just walk the way I've always been walking? Just walk and shoot. I mean, whether you're duck walking or like heel toeing or whatever you want to call it, whether you're doing that or walking normal, you're still going to have to wait for the dot or the sights to line up before you can press the trigger. So, I mean, even if you try to do it as smooth as you can, it's still going to move. So why not just walk, and then when you get the sights on target, squeeze the trigger, and it'll work every time. I've done that. That's what I've been taught in classes. That's what I've been doing. I've done it in classes. I've shot walking forward, walking backwards, and it's worked every time. I did it with Talon Defense, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. We shot at steel, ring it every time. It was with a Glock 26 even, from like 20 yards in to 5, ringing it every time. On the way back, same thing. Tactical response, that's what in fighting pistol, you walk forward, you walk back, you do both ways. You even walk around barrels, shooting steel. I mean, I thought I was doing pretty good at it. I know I could always do better, but I never tried to walk any different. I never tried to do some super secret Navy SEAL walk or whatever you want to call it. I never did anything like that. I just walked normally in and out of barricade or barrels, back and forth, and it served me well. And that's the same for handgun or rifle. If you hold the rifle and the handgun pretty much the right way, the same way, you're going to be like this or you're going to be like this. It's the same kind of concept. So you're just walking. When it lines up, press the trigger. If you've got your carbine, you're walking. When it lines up, press the trigger. I know there could be an argument of where you're either going to be like moving or shooting. You're not going to be doing both at the same time, but that kind of goes into actual like gunfighting or tactics or stuff like that. We're just trying to do like a skill, like a basic weapon manipulation skill, because in any sort of training or sport or shooting or anything like that, you got to get good at the basics, and then you can apply those basics to each scenario that you find yourself in. So this is just a fundamental basic skill that we're going over. We're not going over how to apply it in this video. And while I'm on that subject, there could be any number of reasons why you would need to shoot and walk. If you've ever watched like police shootings or things like that, you'll a lot of times find where an officer has had to, he's come up on a window or somebody's come around a corner and he's had to draw really fast and back up and shoot and get away and shoot at the same time. And a lot of times they end up falling on their butt. Not any fault of the officer. That's just how it is. When you're in a hurry and you're moving backwards, there's going to be stuff. You're going to trip, you're going to lose your feet and fall, which is another reason why you need to learn how to shoot from your back or on the ground, but that's a different topic, different video. So anyway, I've got some targets over here. I've got a steel target and a paper. I'm going to shoot the steel with the handgun. I'm going to shoot the paper with the carbine because I don't like shooting my steel that close. And I've got some 62 grain, the steel core green tip stuff I'm trying to get rid of, and I definitely don't want to shoot the steel that close. So I'm going to get my guns loaded up and show you guys what walking and shooting looks like. guys, so it's really that simple. I mean, walking and shooting is not something that has to be hard. You know, you can make it as difficult as you want to, or you can just walk and shoot. It's just simple as that. We don't need to overcomplicate it. We've been walking for years. We've gotten good at it, most of us. Anyway, should be experts at walking in and around things or forward and backwards. So don't try to complicate the walking part. Go ahead and do that the way we've always been doing it, and then just add the shooting on top of it. You know, like I said, the dot and the sights are going to move anyway, no matter how smooth you walk. So you're going to have to wait for the dot to hit. And you know, like any kind of shooting, we're not looking for, you know, just speed and dumping the trigger and unloading on the target. We want good hits. The only hits that count are the ones that hit. You know, if I mag dump but throw a few of them, even at that close, you know, we're responsible for every round we shoot, and every one of them's got a lawyer attached to it. You know, all the little sayings like that. You know, we have to make sure we hit the target. And I know I missed that one maybe once or twice, this steel target with the handgun, which, you know, I'm not perfect. This is a smaller target. It's like a mini IPSC, but still, I should be able to hit those from this distance. Maybe I was just pushing myself or going a little too fast or whatever. Even on the rifle target back here, I've got a couple that went a little bit low on the target. That's probably just due to offset, mechanical offset, which is something we have to be aware of. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, we've got all these things going against us while we're shooting anyway. Let's don't try to make walking harder than it should be. Here's a little bonus for you guys if you actually made it to this far into the video. You've probably already seen the target stands that are originally made out of 2x4. Here's a new design I was trying to come up with. This is just 2x2, like furring strips. It's a lot lighter and a little bit cheaper than the 2x4s. I thought it was going to be a really cool idea. But as you can see how thin that is, and then you stick this in there, you don't really have much like holding it. So when I put a steel target on it, it kind of leaned forward and about like that. And then if I put any kind of force right here and rocked it, it was just going to tip over. So they still need a little bit of work, but that's kind of bonus footage. The one back there holding the paper target, holding the paper target's working fine. So if all you want to do is hang paper on it, then it's going to work great because they're lighter weight. They're a little bit cheaper and they're easier to kind of get in there. Those 2x4s, when the wood swells, it gets kind of stuck in there, but these 2x2s are a little bit easier going in. I just got to rethink that base a little bit. I might have to make it out of 2x4s, so it's just a little sturdier. But anyway, look for a video on that coming up pretty soon. I'm going to work some kinks out and come out here and test them some more, and then when I get it finalized, I'll make another video. So be on the lookout for that.